Hello, my name is Julie Fast. I'm the author of Take Charge of Bipolar Disorder, Loving Someone with Bipolar Disorder, and Getting It Done When You're Depressed. I write for BP Magazine, Psychology Today, Health Central, and many other websites. And I've lived with bipolar disorder and a psychotic disorder all of my adult life. I remember my first psychotic symptoms were at age 16. I was sitting in a bookstore in Hawaii where I went to high school, and I'm just reading a book, and I heard a booming voice say, "You need to get out of here." And I remember looking around and going, "Who said that? Was that my dad?" And there was nobody there. But I got up and I left. I remember around that time having a lot of trouble sleeping and waking up and having very intense dreams and writing a lot of poetry. My brain would not slow down. But otherwise, I was a absolutely relatively normal kid, regular kid, right? At age 17, I went to Europe for the first time and had what I can now see, of course, was a big manic episode. My English teacher at the time called me a foghorn. I got drunk for the first time and fell in love for the first time, typical mania. But when I went back to high school, it was gone because it was triggered by the travel. I had about another year of not having too many symptoms. And then at 18, next manic episode. And from then on, from age 18 until I was finally diagnosed at age 31, bipolar completely controlled my life. I had a manic episode at 18. I had a depression at 18. Then I had a psychotic suicidal depression at 19. And it was constant mood swings until finally my illness just got so serious that I was diagnosed. I was in a long-term relationship with a wonderful man named Ivan for 10 years, and he has bipolar 1. I devote my life to managing this illness because when I was diagnosed and when Ivan was diagnosed in 1994 and I was diagnosed in 1995, there were no management books. And I remember after what I went through with Ivan, trying to get him help, where he was so sick and in and out of the hospital for a year, and then me shockingly getting diagnosed with bipolar, not even knowing I had it when I was 31. And there just wasn't enough help, especially for those of us who don't respond super well to medications. So I wrote the first management plan ever put into a book, and I started to sell it off my website that I created in 2002, and then eventually put it into the book that is called Take Charge of Bipolar Disorder. And now that book is out in a second edition. I wrote the first book for partners called Loving Someone with Bipolar Disorder. And then I wrote the first Get It Done book about if you have depression and you still need to get on with life and what you need to do. And all of this is based off of my own experience, my experience with Ivan, experience with family members who have bipolar, and of course, my 25 years of working directly with tens of thousands of people who are affected by bipolar, because I had one of the first bipolar websites, I had the first bipolar blog. I started coaching parents and partners over 10 years ago, and I work as a healthcare trainer. But the message I want to give you is that none of that matters regarding my bipolar and my psychosis. They are strong. They affect me pretty constantly. I live in a way that manages my bipolar. I live what I teach. And I want you to find the peace that I have found, even though my illness still rages. My illness makes work difficult. My illness affects my relationships. I still manage all of it, and I want the same for you. So please know that everything that you see on this website has not only been tested by me, family members, a partner, it also has been tested all over the world by tens of thousands of people. My books have millions of readers. Everything is researched meticulously before I release it to the public. Everything is done with your safety and your loved one's safety in mind. Everything is done with respect to the healthcare professionals who work with people who have bipolar and psychotic disorders. I'm very excited to welcome you to the website. If you want to contact me, I'm available by direct message through Instagram. Sometimes it takes me time to answer all my messages, but I do. And then if you are a family member, caregiver, or friend, please join me on the Stable Table on Facebook. And if you're a partner or co-parent, please join me on the Stable Bed. I answer all of my questions there. Please check out the workshop page if you want to work with me directly. I'm not coaching at this time, but I will let everybody know if I go back to coaching. I'm excited that I have a new book out, that I'm managing the illness even though I don't feel very well, and I'm excited to give you the support and the strategies needed to manage this difficult but manageable illness. Thank you.